And good day. Good day, Mountains of Elysium. Pain Volume 3. So I will go ahead and throw the StreamYard link into the chat, and anyone who is in pain or wants to talk about the pain that they live with is welcome to come on up onto the channel. Hello, Nancy Reed. Thank you for being here. Copy and paste. There you go. The StreamYard link is now in the chat. Again, this is a pain stream. So those of us who are in pain, who live in pain all the time, we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it. And so that is why I do these pain streams. Captain Trek. Let me get on up there. I missed it just by a bit. I'm not actually on Captain Trek's. Okay, no worries. Anyway, whatever the case may be, we are here. Mountains of Elysium is here. Nancy is here. That's plenty of folks. Like I said, I put the link into the chat. Come on up and talk about your pain level. For instance, in my case, I am starting to lose feeling in my lower legs. Do I enjoy having less feeling in my lower legs, or in my case, the burning sensation that comes with my nerves dying? No, I don't. I don't at all. And so I understand pain in the way that a lot of people do not understand pain. So again, the link is in the channel. It's in the public chat. You guys are welcome to come on up and talk about your own pain. In my case, I just, I'm just going to highlight this comment here. Mountains of Elysium, thank you. Yes, the broccoli video was kind of funny because one of the broccoli florets fell on the floor, and I was like, oh, that's good for the dog. I did a much better job on the chicken piccata. And Nancy Reed says, I can feel my toes. Oh, I can't feel my toes. I apologize for that, Nancy. I will try to read your comments properly next time. Well, here we are, folks. If you want to talk about what you're living with, and we're all living with something. I mean, no one is out of pain completely, I'm sure. Well, there are those who are living without pain, but those of us who do live with pain, come on up here and talk about it, because we need to. And this is the third volume of pain that we are talking about. So come on up and share your story. I am drinking wine because the VA will not give me narcotics. So would I rather be on Percocet than wine? Yes. Because with Percocet, I can manage how much I'm taking. With wine, I cannot. So it's kind of scary when you have to drink alcohol to numb the pain. again, like I said, I would prefer to have Percocet over a box of wine or a bottle of whiskey, but oh yeah, Mountains of Elysium. It is pretty much dinner time for you, isn't it? I generally eat dinner earlier, but hey, Captain Track, hello. Thank you for joining us. The link is in the chat if you want to come up and chat about chronic pain. Is basically what we live with. So um, I'm allowing anyone who is in pain to come up and talk about it because we need to talk about our pain levels. I do have an online personality, which is bubbly and funny, and I don't want to be a guy who talks about himself all the time. However, I am willing to do this stream once a week and talk about our pain, the pain that we live through. And welcome, Captain Trek, to the panel.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I would say hungover, but I'm not. I know it's not noon where I live, but I've been drinking since I woke up this morning, so like I said, I would prefer to be on a narcotic rather than be an alcoholic. That would be my preference. So it's kind of difficult to tell people that. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. What I don't understand is that I understand they're supposedly trying to prevent illegal drug use. I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand needing or wanting to control who has access to medication because there was a point in history where drugs were handed out like candy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I understand wanting to control that. However, that being said, it has gone too far the other direction.
It has gone too far in the other direction. Those of us who actually need the pain medication can't get it because in Iraq, Vicodin was ubiquitous, and so it was given out like candy.
Yes.
And a lot of vets got hooked on Vicodin. So when we got home, and now I was not one of those vets. I mean, I was on Percocet specifically for a pain management plan, and I was going to a pain management clinic.
Yes.
But the VA is not allowing me to have that anymore because they have swung way back in the opposite direction. And so we can't get the medication that we need in order to control our pain.
What I don't understand are those rules, which make it impossible to get. It's not taking each case into consideration.
Even when I was on it 5 years ago, I had to go into a VA clinic once a month and do a urine test to make sure that I was not taking marijuana along with the Percocet.
Right.
And so that is, oof. I'm willing to go into the clinic once a month to do a urine test if they would give me the Percocet, but they won't. So what do I care? I will continue to drink my wine and whiskey. How's that? Thank you, the VA. Destroy my liver instead of giving me the Percocet, which would help me to actually walk, right?
Yes, they're not taking things, like I said, they're not taking things into consideration. I think that this should be done on a case by case basis.
It should
Fine.
be, yes.
I understand taking a stance overall. The VA is wanting to discourage the use of uh, these narcotics. I get it. I understand wanting to go in and do a regular urine test to make sure you're not on something else.
Yes.
Okay. That notwithstanding, it needs to be regulated so that people can get it if they need it.
Yes,
Obviously,
I agree.
you are one who needs it.
Well, you see the documentaries and you see the stories of people that have been on a narcotic of some kind. Most of the time, they start out with a lower grade, so tramadol, and they move up from tramadol, right? And
Mm-hmm.
and so you see the stories of these people who have started on tramadol, worked their way up to Percocet, and then became drug addicts with a heroin addiction.
Yeah.
That I mean, I was on Percocet and morphine at the same time. I never became an addict of heroin.
No.
So yes, I do need the pain. I need the pain to be numbed. But the VA is no longer allowing me to have that numbing agent, so I use what is legal for adults.
Yes. And
It's really unfair to me. Well,
agreed.
I think it's unfair to me. I don't know. I mean, I could just live in pain, I guess, and not drink, but I don't like that. I don't like feeling the pain constantly.
I know. I and I do not say that lightly because being on pain medication, which I know you can't be on, I take enough to ease the pain. I still hurt, but I don't want to. I don't want to be unconscious. I don't want to be sleeping 18 hours a day.
Oh, fair enough. I understand that.
Um, yes, there are some negative side effects to the medication. Um, and right now, I'm in the process. I got good news the other day.
Oh, right on.
I have my Missouri Health Net card, which is from the Department of Social Services.
Yeah, good deal. Good deal.
Yes.
So you're actually going to be able to get your hernia surgery soon.
Uh, soon is a relative term.
Relative, okay.
Keeping in mind, I have to go through appointment after appointment after appointment because it's going through the state. Even though they could look at my medical file and see exactly what's wrong.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons I hired a lawyer to get my Social Security disability. The Social Security Department actually have looked at my medical records and they still have not approved my disability. So I did have to hire a lawyer.
Yeah. The problem is they want to go through each step of the process. I get it. They don't necessarily want to go, jumping to the highest price thing. I get it. But I already have medical records where I don't need to go see doctors 1, 2, and 3. I could just skip to Doctor 4.
Yeah.
But they're going to make me go see.
You should be able to skip to Doctor 4, yes.
They're going to make me go see Doctors 1, 2, and 3 first. Okay, that's fine. I'll jump through the hoops, whatever it takes.
I have to do the same thing with the VA as well. So I have to go through my primary care physician, and then actually they are referring me to a pain clinic down in Prescott. So I have to drive to Prescott once a month to get my back adjusted with a chiropractor, right? And they're going to stick pins in my ears and things like that and say it's holistic medicine. It should make you feel better. So, okay, can you stop my vomiting, please? It's not a good way to lose weight, everyone. Just in case you were wondering, it's not a good way to lose weight.
No, it's a horrible way to lose weight.
And Max World Entertainment is here. Hey, Trey, what's up?
Hey, Trey, what's going on?
If you do not see the link, I will put the link back in for you. You can come on up and chit-chat with us if you want to. But that link is for anyone who is in pain and wants to talk about their pain and talk about their treatments with their doctors and things like that. And yes, la 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 la.
That's tonight. That's tonight.
I'm a good singer.
On Connect's channel, I believe.
I am happy to be able to review Lower Decks. Star Trek Lower Decks. I'm really looking forward to reviewing that with LDG later on. Once he finally contacts me in some form or fashion.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we're going to do karaoke tonight, which is going to be awesome leading into the soup. So today is going to be a good day.
Yes, and I'm going to be dropping a surprise video, which people may not necessarily like, but I will give a warning at the beginning of it. So,
okay. Do you want to give us a hint about what that video is going to be?
Nope.
Okay. We
Not
get to be surprised when it shows up. Awesome. Good times. Good times.
The title will draw attention. That's the only reason I can't mention it.
The cooking video was a lot of fun to make yesterday when I made the chicken piccata, and finally got the video uploaded, and we actually watched it on LDG's channel and made fun of myself. I mean, how many people make fun of themselves, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I do. I do.
Yes, I know you can. You know, that is easier to do for some than others.
Yeah, yeah. And Joseph Petrick is here. Hello, Joseph, man from the future. You are all done with work. Thank you very much for being here. Remember, everybody, to hit that like button and share it out. Again, we are talking about pain and the pain levels we are actually in. Here's Doc Mama. Let's get Doc Mama up on the screen. Hello, Doc Mama.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
We can hear you just fine. Loud and clear.
This must be the part of the day that I can actually go on live streams.
Right on.
That's amazing.
Well, and it's a good subject too. I am well accredited to talk about pain. That is for sure.
Well, that's good. That's what we're supposed to be talking about today. So what
Right?
is your situation, if you don't mind telling? I mean, I know a lot of people that are in chronic pain don't like talking about their stories, but if you're willing to, go ahead.
Absolutely. I love sharing because hopefully it'll help somebody else, you know. Um, well, I suffer from a multitude of stuff. Mostly I have the degenerated disc, fibromyalgia. I have chronic bilateral and upper neck sciatica, which that's of all the pain besides my kidney, when my kidneys go bad, that's probably the worst because it will drop me. It
Oh,
will just
yeah, I know.
me.
I know. I fall all the time. And it's not because of the alcohol. I
No,
fall because my legs give out.
Mhm.
I, I
Now
fell out of
I do
a
fall
little
from the
scooter.
alcohol sometimes.
Yeah, but that's a different kind of fall, you know. I'd rather fall from alcohol being all limber than fall when you feel that pinch and you know you're going
Oh,
down.
I hate that pinch. I absolutely hate that pinch.
It's neurologic. And then now too, with the diabetic neuropathy, that I can't feel my toes all the way, and sometimes it goes to my ankles, and that really scares me. And I think that that's really a visual, because when I watched my mom pass away, she went purple from the toes up. That's how they say that your
Oh,
body
yeah.
shuts down your furthest extremities to your heart. So when I woke up the other day with my toes being purple, I just immediately just like lost it.
Now,
Um,
I've been lucky enough to avoid diabetic issues. Uh,
Good God for that.
Unfortunately, with the multiple sclerosis, it mimics the diabetic issues. So I don't have purple toes, but my large fiber nerves in my legs are actually dying right now.
Right, right.
And
I'm
so
accepting. Yes,
when I
and good for
stumble and
you.
fall, it's a problem. But again, your issue is literally diabetic nerve pain.
Mine's. They say it has, yeah, a direct. That's from the being diabetic, and my sugars. Like I said, it doesn't matter. I have just this disease that they call it. It's a high cholesterol and high sugar disease. I can be fasting for 4 days on water, or even do a 3-day water fast, and I'll still register at anywhere from 4 to 800 fasting sugars.
Ooh, my goodness.
Mm.
But
I
the
do want
worst
to
part,
say hello to Mr. Hyde and Sci-Fi Guy. Thank you guys for joining us.
hi, Mr.
Again, the link is in the chat. You guys are welcome to come on. If you have chronic pain, you're welcome to come on and talk about it. That is what we're talking about today. Nancy, go ahead.
Oh, and so, but the worst part is I will go from, let's say, a 400, and I'll drop all the way down to a 50. So,
Oh,
yeah, so I have to be
wow.
like super careful. So, like, yeah, it's crazy. And then my insulin, my body absorbs stuff really weird. Like, um, when they had me on the pain meds and stuff, it just, it was always, I have to have more and more and more and more. I'm like, my body's the more, it absorbs it. Even with alcohol, anything I do, I don't know if it's because of, I don't know. They don't know why. So I finally got off all the pharmaceuticals, but they had me on this they had me on several antibiotics. Sorry, I say that funny. Sorry, I can't not say it any other word than antibiotics.
You can say antibiotics all you want.
um, but come to find out, I'm allergic to Bactrim. I mean, like, I'm highly allergic to Bactrim. And all the antibiotics they were putting me on was a different name, but still had the main ingredients was Bactrim. So they were killing me for I was in and out of the hospital every month since 2016 to 2018. I've had over 15 blood transfusions, and 10 were in 1 year.
And Elihu,
Yeah.
thank you for joining us.
Like,
If you get done with the facts and we're still on, please by all means join us on the panel, because I know that you of the three of us know chronic pain from birth. So you're welcome on the panel for pain volumes, everything from now on. So.
yeah. So,
Actually, my father was born with a clubbed foot. Of course, my
oh,
father also died of multiple sclerosis. So,
well, I'm
and
glad that you got an attorney or an advocate because that will help you. I went 3
yes,
years on a
I'm
stage four kidney failure, 3 years, and I've been working since I was 14 years old.
yeah, and
And
I've been working since that age as well, and so it irritated the shit out of me when
it goes by
Social
age
Security
too.
said no.
It goes by age though too. So when I hit I started at 53 or something like that. When I hit 50, like 4 or 5, um, then they were more apt to give it to me. And I'm like, "But that's my money I've been paying in. It's not like I'm like asking for a handout. That's my money that
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
supposed to get. I'm supposed to get at 55 anyways, but they raised it to 62. But anyways, your advocate will really help you because they know the ins and outs of things. And you know what? It's not that much to give up. They can only take a certain percent, and they can only take up to 6 grand of back pay. That's it
right.
legally. So
Right.
I mean,
And so it's not going to hurt me any to have a lawyer actually do the work for
right,
me. Whereas when I was trying to get it myself, I mean, I left the Army 5 years ago.
right.
And so if anyone out there is curious, I'm 43 years old.
Right.
I don't like
So yeah,
being disabled at 43 years old.
honey, I
But
know. I don't like being disabled at my age. I still have a lot
yeah,
of spunk left, and it sucks.
when
It sucks.
I started falling down at Grand Canyon Railway, um,
Uh,
I'd get out of my office chair. I'm a very good contracting officer. I'm a very good purchasing agent. So I know that I can still do the job from home. But if I
right,
fell down and hurt myself on the property, then the company is liable for my injury.
oh,
And
yeah,
so I refuse to allow that. I went ahead and retired instead of continuing in the job, because I did not want the company to be liable. That may be stupid to some people, because I
no,
guess
that's
litigation
honorable.
is normal, but and here's NB Geek. What's up, NB Geek?
Pain without love, pain can't get enough. 'Cause I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all. Sorry, that just came into my head when I saw the title.
Fair
I was
enough.
singing it too. I was singing the same song.
Now
That's a different kind of
you
pain.
NB
That's a
Geek,
pain in the ass kind of pain.
you are retired from the Air Force, correct?
Yes, I am.
And your wife is also retired from the Air Force.
Yes, to make sure there's clarification to it. She retired after 20 years in the Air Force. I did 4 years in the Marine Corps and subsequently did 16 years in the Air Force. But yes, I did retire from the Air Force, but I only did 16 in the Air Force, 4 in the Marine Corps, but it combined to my 20 years.
Mr. Hyde says, I need 2 knee replacements. Can't stand still for more than 5 minutes these days. Dude, I know what you're feeling. I don't know your specific pain, but yes, when I stand up for more than 2, 3, 4 minutes, I have that exact same problem. My right thigh goes numb. So if I'm standing for 5 minutes and then I try and take a step, I will fall over. So
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, brother.
Hey, Mr. Hyde. My grandfather had 3 knee replacements. One had to be done twice. And my father is hitting up my weed because it's helping with the pain in his knee, and he is legitimately worried that he's going to have his knee replaced.
Oh, let's talk about marijuana. Let's go ahead and talk about it. I mean, this is an 18 and over stream. Let's talk about marijuana. Does it work for you? Because it does not work for me. That's why I'm asking. Does it work for you for your chronic pain?
It works for my
Yes.
father for his chronic pain. That's why he asked me for it, and I actually offered it to him. I also buy CBD products to help with more or less my lower back pain, but for me, it does work. That is it, and I don't have the side effects I have from other pain medications. Now, CCDV, you are not the first person I've met who has said it doesn't work for them. Some people just it's like any kind of medication, and that's the way I view it sometimes. Some people it just reacts differently.
Yeah, and that's the issue that I have is it makes me stupid, but it doesn't take away my pain. Does that make
Now, it
sense?
Well, I know it
pain
takes my
away.
father's pain. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Doc Mama, go ahead.
It'll take some of my pain away. It will not take my bone pain away. It will not take the nerve pain away, but it'll edge off my fibro. It will not take the pinched nerve pain away. It'll relax me enough to where I can finagle the pinched nerve out, but and I can't smoke too much of it, and it depends on what kind. You never know what kind you're getting. Now, if I could grow my own for just a specific strand that I need, that would be most excellent.
Okay.
But the CBD does help. The CBD that I have is a full spectrum, and it has the Reiki herb, the Reiki mushroom in it, which has been used for thousands of years as medicinal purposes. And I
Okay.
use it as a topical where I will put it on. Like I'm sure CCDV, you have the pain before the rain. You
Oh
can tell.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So stuff like that's what I call pain before the rain. It will help though with my stomach at Captain Trek. I have diverticulitis and I also have some other stomach issues going on. So I understand a little bit. I do not have a hernia, so I don't understand that kind of pain. But with the not being able to tolerate drinking certain things, like I had suggested, like apple cider vinegar and stuff for Captain Trek, and there's no way he can tolerate that crap. I didn't know he had the hernia thing going on. So, but you know what I'm saying? And everybody's chemical makeup is different. And with every medicine, it's just like a hit and miss, to where
Yeah. Yeah.
alcohol
And
does nothing for pain.
I've
Just
tried
makes me stupid.
smoking. I've
Yeah.
tried the CBD oil, and the very first time I took a gummy, it stripped away the surface pain, so the surface pain was gone. But
You
that
need an
allowed
opiate.
the underlying large fiber nerve pain to come to the surface. It was I felt like I was on fire for about 3 hours until I finally fell asleep.
Yeah, see, that's no bueno.
Yeah.
You need a opiate. You need to start growing some poppy plants in your backyard and make little tea. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I
Doc
can't.
Mama, the only thing I would say with that is we do know that opioids have a very bad set of side effects, and
Yes.
the withdrawal is a nightmare,
Oh, you don't
and
Oh,
want.
tell me.
I
Oh,
don't think it's worth it, in my
No,
opinion.
tell me. I
the
am the
withdrawals
queen of
are
withdrawal.
awful.
Tell me. Even, you know what, they put me on gabapentin, Neurontin for my nerve pain.
Uh-huh.
That was a beast. a beast to come up. I know I've withdrawed off of every friggin' thing known to mankind. I am the queen of withdrawals, and they suck. But this took friggin' a year because anything that builds up in your system gets down into your bone marrow and just messes you up. And then they put you
To,
on synthetic crap, which
to
is worse
me,
than the natural.
to me,
So with that, I'll
Neurontin
hush up.
is candy. To me, Neurontin is candy. I mean, I could eat it all day long and it wouldn't do any good for me. I
I've
was
taken
on Neurontin for about 10 years.
I've taken
Did you
Neurontin. It doesn't do it for me. It didn't do a damn thing.
Well, I think it made my my nerve damage worse, to be honest with you, because number one, it's a seizure medication. Then they tried to put me on Parkinson disease medication because of my legs. Will do the twitching and the jerking with the restless leg and the pins and needles and the electricity. Like I could plug my finger into a hole in the wall and light up Frankfort, Kentucky some days with the electricity going through my legs. You feel me, brothers? I know you
No,
do. But it's like, what do you do?
I was on Percocet for 5 years. I was on morphine for 2 years.
Yeah.
And when I had to come off of those, that was the worst experience of my life. I mean, those withdrawal symptoms were awful. Just awful. I've been clean for 5 years now. Would I go back on Percocet? Hell yeah, I would.
Right.
Hell yeah. Percocet is the only thing that's ever made me feel normal.
My
So
bit
that
of advice.
I could do my construction work. I could do. I would have built my own wheelchair ramp if I had Percocet, but since I'm
My
not allowed
advice
to
to you,
have
though,
it anymore,
with that pain management clinic, my advice to you is do not let them put you on Synthroids, anything like methadone or anything like that. Although it works, it builds up in your system. Tell them what works for you. Let them gradually give you the bullshit to work you up, because that's what they have to do by law.
yeah,
Okay, work you up
I'll
to what you
probably
need,
have to go on Tramadol to start
which is
with, and
worthless.
move
That's
up to
worthless.
Vicodin, and then move up to Percocet. I know.
But
That's what I had to do originally. So I started with Tramadol back in 2009 when I first broke my ankle. And then I moved up gradually from Tramadol to Vicodin to Percocet. And like I said, Percocet is the only medication I've ever taken that made me feel normal enough to live a normal life.
And that's what you need to advocate yourself for. Don't listen to their bullshit. You know, you have to. You know your body. You know, Captain Trek, you know your body. NB, you know yours. I know mine. Mountains, you know yours. Hyde, you know, everybody knows their own body and what they can tolerate and what they can't, what works and what doesn't. These doctors don't know shit. They're playing scientist. It's like, why would you give somebody who's allergic to something the same medicine over and over again? Then that means you're not reading what's in the medicine. That means that you are not for me. You are against me. Bye bye. See you, Joe. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I went on that.
Joseph,
Doc,
you're a funny dude. Get a prescription for Jack Daniels and they can work you up to Chivas. I love that.
here's my prescription.
Yes, I will turn my camera on and actually show you my prescription. Here it is. I buy the cheapest of all possible whiskeys. There you go.
I gotta send you some Kentucky bourbon.
Doc, ma'am. When it comes to doctors and trying to diagnose shit and trying to get you on medication, it's a fucking guessing game, and you're the guinea pig.
That's exactly what my doc said. Yep.
I'll give you a perfect example. Just recently, I was on, actually, I'm on medications. I'm on 2 blood pressure medications and an anti-anxiety medication. When I went into the doctor's office recently, I had to tell, I was taking one of my anti-anxiety. I hate you, who I hate you.
That's my dude right there. Hey,
Hey,
Elihu.
hey, hey,
You're
hey.
allowed to buy it whenever you
Hey,
want.
hey,
Shut up.
that dude over there, that dude over here, I would so hang out with in a heartbeat. I think him and
Me
I would
too.
headbang like a motherfucker at a concert.
He's my captain to outer space. I love him. I love you, Elihu.
But
Well,
yeah, so I had this medication my doctor put me on, and I was like, I was having convulsions where I was dry heaving a lot, and I couldn't figure out why. And it took me several months to kind of do it, and I was like, maybe I'm taking all my meds too much at once. And then I spaced them out, and then I found when I took this pill, that was a
Right?
pill that was causing me, and I stopped taking it, and then I went and saw my doctor, and I'm like, hey, I can't take this shit anymore. But here's the key thing. Everybody wants to say, wear a fucking mask. Well, guess what? I've worn the mask, and I've had anxiety and panic attacks,
Oh, I
which
can't wear masks.
I never had in my life prior. And I'm talking back in the Marine Corps and the Air Force where I put masks on, but for some reason it was causing me issues, and I know why. Whereas an actual gas mask has an air filtration system, these damn things are basically pieces of cloth with a little bit of
Mhm.
filtration, but they're not letting oxygen get back in.
Yeah.
And when I went and saw my doctor, when they pulled me in to do my blood pressure and my heart rate, I said, I'm going to be pretty high right now because I had to put the stupid mask on. And I was through the roof. And it took 15 minutes between me going back to the office and the doctor showing up. And I
did they
spent
take your
those
oxygen?
15.
Sorry, did they take your oxygen saturation levels?
No, they don't take those.
They should have.
What?
They should
No,
have.
they don't take oxygen levels.
Jeez.
What
Mr.
the fuck did you do, Doc? No,
Mr.
that
They
ain't
take
Hyde,
my
right.
temperature, my heart rate, and my blood pressure. Which, of
Mr.
course,
Hyde
we're all
says,
going to be fucking high as shit because I'm having a panic attack.
Yeah, that's why they need to take your oxygen. They need to check your oxygen level in your blood to make sure that. Come
You,
on.
Absolutely. They have to.
They don't put the little thing on your finger.
Yeah, they put the heart rate thing on my finger, but they never,
well,
that's all I
that's
know is it's for
also
heart.
That also
an
tests.
oximeter.
The
Yeah.
Yeah.
oxygen
Your
level,
oxygen.
It tests.
Well, that's news to me because they've never told me shit about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I just learned
if your
something new.
oxygen level is over 96, you're fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, so I'm waiting 15 minutes for the doctor to show up, and I'm doing everything I can. I'm trying every breathing exercise, every hardening, every kind of yoga thing I can think of to calm down. And by the time the doctor came in, I said, I still haven't calmed down. I said, I'm freaking out and I don't even know why. I don't know why this mask causes it, but it does. And she increased my anxiety medication, which has helped, but not enough to where the mask is. And
Have you tried
then,
a bandana?
no, but I have thought about that.
Do
Yeah,
a
I
bandana.
actually carry a band. I actually started carrying a bandana with me. Actually, the last time I was in a place and somebody said, wear a mask, I did this.
And let me also give you a little suggestion too, which might help. With the bandana, put some drops of lavender, and lavender is a natural calming.
Oh,
But
I
with the
love lavender.
bandana,
I love
you
lavender. The
can
only thing I
get
love more than lavender is eucalyptus.
Oh,
You
so
can
Golden Gate Park,
do you,
man.
do
You in
you
heaven.
do you have essential oils? Can you
Yes,
actually
I
get?
do.
Okay,
Yes,
so
I
you
do.
can actually get
a
lavender.
eucalyptus lavender will clear your air and mellow you out too. But the lavender, don't do straight eucalyptus in your bandana, but a few drops of the lavender will also help your anxiety. But you will get the air because it's not those fiber optics of those shitty little masks. Because
I
I'm
will
just,
keep
it's
that in
just a
mind. I will
suggestion.
definitely keep
Yeah,
that in mind. I'm actually writing that down. Yeah,
it's
I'm
know,
gonna
just a
keep that. Yeah,
suggestion.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
if you like eucalyptus, you would love getting lost in Golden Gate Park. About 60% of the trees is eucalyptus. You would love
Yes,
that out.
it is. I miss San Francisco. Damn it.
when
I don't
when
miss
what I
San
was going with
Francisco.
was what happened was
I miss San Francisco, and I live here. Everything's
oh
closed.
I'm sorry. I was actually going somewhere with that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Whereas no, it was I got put on a beta blocker to help with anxiety and blood pressure and all that stuff. What happened was I ran out, and then my doctor took well, actually it wasn't my doctor's fault, it was my pharmacist's fault. They didn't look far enough in the history to see, hey, this medicine's been approved to refill. So I waited 4 or 5 days, and then I had a day where I was just sick as a dog and I couldn't figure out what the problem was. And then I made a connection that I was suffering from something I'd never experienced before, which was medication withdrawal. And I had never experienced that in my life. Medication withdrawal. I'd
Mm,
never experienced withdrawal in my life,
Oh, yeah, that is horrible.
except for nicotine withdrawal, except for nicotine withdrawal.
Yep,
So
I've been
that
there.
was the only comparison I had. And then when I finally got my medication and I took it, 30 minutes later, I started feeling like a freaking normal person. I was like, oh. And then I looked it up and I realized, oh, this shit has some severe withdrawal symptoms. And I was like, motherfucker, would have been nice to have been told this.
they don't. They don't.
It's on the
They don't.
information sheet that comes with your medication. You didn't read the information sheet, did you?
Don't ever
Yeah,
read.
actually, I
Don't
did.
ever
It
read
did.
that.
They never say anything about withdrawal.
Oh, okay, you're right. No, they don't talk about withdrawals.
Oh
And
no, you won't withdraw off this. I'll withdraw off of friggin' Tylenol since I went back in 2000 when I got off the fentanyl, 150 milligrams fentanyl patch, 120 Loratab 10s, Xanax, and Valium. And I said, F this shit. And I threw it all away. I said, I'm not going to walk around like a zombie. I was the exorcist forever.
holy cow, Nancy, you've been through a lot more withdrawals than I have.
That's what I'm telling. When I tell you I'm the withdrawal queen, I'm telling you. So in your body, now my body, no matter what it is, if it's a Tylenol, and I've been taking Tylenol for a couple days, I will withdraw off Tylenol because my body's memory goes back to that time in 2000 when I almost killed my own self. They had to put me back on all the stuff and wean me back all the way off, and then they put me on methadone. Yeah,
I
for
just
7 years.
shit to Canada.
Horrible.
Yeah,
But since I'm natural,
when I came off the morphine, I came off the Percocet, I just literally, cut the pills in half and went on the basis of if you lower the dosage, then the withdrawal symptoms will not be that bad. I was wrong. I was
Yeah, my
wrong.
wife tried that. My wife tried that once with her anxiety meds. She tried to get off, and she couldn't. She couldn't taper even off of it because it caused her massive headaches.
yeah.
Hang on one second.
And
Everybody's
Joseph
chemical
says,
makeup is
I do
different.
not like face masks. Who does? So what I did, I made it a part of my outfit, but honestly, the easiest to breathe through are the single-use ones. I used the single-use ones, but I used them more than once, so technically I'm not using them properly either. But again, I in my opinion, I don't believe that we should be wearing face masks anyway.
Nope, I don't either. I think it's ridiculous.
I don't wear them, period. And if a place tells me, and here's the thing, I will be the most honest person about this because I'm a conservative. If I walk into a place and they say, you need to put on a mask, and I say, I can't, and they say, well, you have to leave, I'm going to turn around and say, okay, and I'm going to walk out and I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm not going to sit there and make an ass out of myself for some stupid YouTube video because people want to harass me. Now, if they want to harass me, that's one thing, but generally most people don't harass me for it. But I've been at, I had one time where it's like, sir, you have to wear a mask to be in here. I said, ma'am, I medically can't wear it. She didn't say anything else. If she had said anything else and said, "Sir, then I'm afraid you're gonna have to leave," I would have put my basket down. And I would have said, "Okay, I'm leaving." I
Hey,
don't make.
I want to show you something. You guys are familiar with these little blue masks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As somebody who wears glasses like we do,
They
Oh,
fog the hell
God.
up.
I know. You have to fog up when you put them on, right? If you
Right.
put it upside down, it doesn't fog up.
Really? Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. These right here, the ones that with the pink and blue ones, turned upside down, it doesn't fog up. You're still covered up.
Oh, okay. I'll start wearing
Now,
it upside
see,
down now.
if I do wear one, I'll wear it below my nose like a lot of idiots do because that doesn't do anything. But I can still
It has
breathe.
no medical effect whatsoever. Yeah.
Exactly.
I also have a plain white one for fashion, a plain black one for fashion, and of course, I also have this one.
I want some Hollywood.
Oh shit! Who? Oh God! I gotta go get it. I have the same one.
I love
I want some Hollywood undead masks. That's what I want. If I'm
Hey,
going to go with some masks, I want some Hollywood undead. They got some tight ass masks. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Just
I know.
saying.
This is my little fashion one, so hey, especially when I walk around with my turtle shirt.
Raphael, get yourself some pizza, baby.
Party animal. See? I'm sorry.
Raphael the healer too. Raphael is no, we won't go there today. That's for a different stream, right?
Do that on Wednesday. We're doing paganism on Wednesday.
I know, I'm
that covers a lot. So
there. I'd like to be on that panel, please.
you
Definitely.
and
I also want to show you guys another little trick I learned.
Sadie, what are you doing?
I'll use this.
I'm
now.
gonna-
Hey Eli.
Yeah, it's upside down. Upside down.
there you go. But you wear it under your nose, and that is specifically because you have anxiety issues with wearing a mask, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't even know that until I started wearing it. I mean, I was at.
I learned.
I mean, I found that out. I found that out at a Target in Columbia. I mean, they made us all wear masks. I was like, okay, fine. I put the mask on. I went through, and then I started having issues. I started having anxiety. I started having a panic attack, and my family has not really seen me ever go through that. So it was more an embarrassment. But it takes, for anybody who's gone through an anxiety or anxiety attacks take a while to recover from. Mentally,
I have severe PTSD, so yeah, I do know what you're talking about. Unfortunately, my family has seen me go through that.
but you know how it works out.
Yeah,
but you know how it works out. Mentally, you come together faster, but physically, it takes your body longer.
Oh, the adrenaline dump is awful. Oh.
Hey, NB, we both wear glasses. The part people wearing glasses, the problem is they keep on fogging up, right?
Yeah.
That. You take a tissue, you fold it, you put it on the bridge of the nose and the inside of the mask, then you put on the mask, and your glasses won't fog up anymore.
Oh,
I'll keep that, dude. I'm going to keep that in mind.
For me, then.
A nurse taught me that trick.
That's awesome.
Damn, I should have looked up tricks for people with glasses wearing masks.
Thank you, Mr. Hyde. I'm glad you enjoyed the Wiccan stream. I was really trying to get a real Wiccan practitioner on there, but
I wouldn't know, dude. If I would have known, I could ask David Talbot to probably hop on your channel.
I am every week I try and get someone who is a practitioner of the spiritual version that I'm doing. For instance, yesterday I had a guy on. He dabbled in voodoo yesterday, but he is knowledgeable about voodoo, and so I had him on.
But you wanted a practitioner.
So next week, of course, paganism. I'm going to have Doc Mam on. Thank you, Nancy. And probably Kathia Star again next week.
Yeah, Kathy has Wiccan. I would have suggested her.
But Elihu, of course, you're welcome. So I will send you a DM on the Twitter.
I know about paganism and Wicca, and the difference between the magic when you spell with a C and a K, because C is illusion, K is nature.
So paganism is going to be the most open-ended of the spiritual streams I've done, because paganism covers so many different subjects.
I know.
So I will do again paganism next week on Wednesday. So I will send you a DM for that. Nancy, I'll send you a DM for that as well.
Will you start the show by talking about the Catholic Church defining the word paganism as basically meaning any religion that is not was it worship the one God or something like that?
Yeah, not worshiping the one God, right?
Yeah, multiple, old religions.
Yeah, all the old religions.
Yeah, but when does religion become mythology?
Well, religion becomes mythology when the Christian Church condemned all of the old religions. Now, I am a Christian. All right, I am a faithful believer in the fact that Jesus came to earth, died for our sins, was resurrected on the third day. I am a firm believer in that.
I think Jesus was a time lord. It explains the bright light and the thing and the rock moving when he was regenerating and nobody recognized him. I think he was a time lord.
Does that mean that I cannot talk about other religions? No, it doesn't. So I do talk about other religions on Wednesdays.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. CCDV, but I find a flaw in the Jesus concept of the religion, because
that's fine. I mean, I'm not going to judge you for finding a flaw in it. I don't see any flaws in the Jesus religion.
I do, because 2,000 years ago, the Jewish society basically dictated if any man who was not married was shunned from society and the community. So why would anybody accept or talk to or listen to a shunned Jewish man? So Jesus was married, but doesn't say, but nobody knows to who.
Well, he was not required to be married at that time. You're not required to be married in Jewish law until you're 34 or 35.
He didn't make it.
And he was only 33 when he was crucified.
No, back then, women got married at the age of 13 and 14. Men,
yes, but Jewish men did not marry until they were 34 or 35.
I thought it was 24, 25.
No, 34, 35.
If you're going to try and understand the historical text, you have to understand the historical content of the time and place when all this happened. That's one of the reasons I don't go to church. I am a devout, non-denominational Christian, baptized Catholic by my choice, nobody else's. But I left the Catholic Church. I'm still baptized, but I left the Catholic Church because I disagreed with certain point of views. I left other churches for that, and I teach my children independent thought. That means you read the Bible. The Bible is not an instruction manual. The Bible is a guidebook open to interpretations.
Basic instructions before leaving Earth, Bible? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm not saying it's an instruction book. I'm saying it's a guidebook. Guidebooks leave a little bit and a lot sometimes to interpretation. Instruction manuals don't leave interpretation. It's either 1 or 0, yes or no. But religion and belief, especially Christian belief, is very different in our points of view because there are so many denominations. And then there are people like me and my wife. We are non denominational. We are trying to educate our kids into following Christ because we believe in this. But to say other people are wrong or I've always said this, and I got into a lot of shit storm with people where I said, you know, God is an omnipotent being. If he created the entire universe, did you not maybe think he just sprinkled a few religions out there to see how they turned out? And you'd be
No,
amazed the
that's never what
shitstorm
I
I got
thought.
there.
That's never what I thought.
Hey,
Earth is the only planet in
I'm
the whole
just
entire
throwing it
universe.
out there. Hey, I'm throwing it out there that if you're going to be an omnipotent being who created the entire universe, created Adam and Eve, and all this stuff, who's to say maybe he didn't decide, well, let me see, do this religion, do this religion. Obviously, I can't grasp the concept of God's mind, but maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do this, and hey, let's see how this plays out. Let's see how my children do with these different points of view. I mean, if you're an omnipotent being, you have that option. We make the
That
mistake
is
of saying
actually
Christ.
NB Geek. I want to stop you right there, real quick, NB Geek. I do talk about this on my spiritual streams on Wednesdays, so we can talk about that on paganism next week. Right now, we're supposed to be talking about the pain levels we're in and things like that, right? So.
I didn't
I
bring
really,
this up. You guys did, and I kept my mouth shut for as long as
yeah,
I
I
could.
apologize, Mr.
I
CP.
appreciate that, but yeah, I want to get it back on topic right now. Get back to the pain stream. So
Then shut up and let Captain Trek talk because
I
he's
was
been
going to
about
say,
the most
Captain Trek,
patient person here.
Captain Trek had something to say, and I wanted to hear what he had to say.
Patient. No, you should have heard me this morning. I wasn't patient.
I try not to be patient anytime I can get away with not being a patient.
Hey, finish malpractice. I'm not a doctor, but I got patience.
Hey. Guys, let Captain Trek talk.
No, the thing is, no. I will say I have come to an understanding what chronic pain really is and why so many people misunderstand. It's like, oh, I have a headache. Really? Go take a damn Tylenol or Advil or aspirin or whatever the hell pain reliever that you can take.
Yeah.
Because it'll help. Drink a cup of coffee, drink a Coke, whatever.
Yeah, the caffeine will help the blood pressure in your head.
That will help reduce the headache quicker.
Yes.
Okay. However, this is not a headache. I am in. Okay, right now I am having to wait for my medicine. I would rate my pain right now at an 8. I should probably take medicine
And
now.
I could believe that by the way you sound, Captain Trek.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, but the way Captain Trek sounds now and the way I've heard him before, and I don't mean to interrupt you, Captain Trek, but I can hear the pain in your voice. I know that voice all too well.
I don't want to depend on medicine. I don't like it. I don't like having to take it. It bugs me.
I don't either, Captain Trek, and I don't want to rely on medicine. However, those of us in chronic pain, in order to live a normal life, we do need that medicine.
Yes.
I wish I didn't have to take it. I wish that I would, I was 25 again and didn't feel this amount of pain every day, all day.
Well, then I give you credit because you lasted 6 years longer than me. I've been in pain since I was 19. I've had lower mechanical back pain, and the last X-ray I got, and I'm gonna go on camera here. Let me put it this way: you know how you have those little soft discs in your back that
Yeah,
have a certain
I,
amount of
I,
my
NB Geek,
very bottom, my very bottom one
NB Geek,
is virtually non-existent.
will you allow Captain Trek to finish his statement?
Oh yeah, I will.
Oh no, I'm
Okay, I'm a hypocrite and I screwed up. My bad. Sorry, Captain Trek. That's my bad.
I'm just a hippie
You're-
crip.
No, I'm the hippie crit.
Go
I'm older than all of you.
ahead, Captain.
Sorry about that, Captain Trek. Go ahead and finish.
it's just that, like I said, I don't want to have to rely on that. And I know that a lot of other people are in the same situation where it's you either can't get the pain relief you need, or in doing so, it would require being on such high doses it would actually interfere with quality of life.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, but sleeping, because like I said, when I first got out of the hospital, I was sleeping 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this isn't working. I can't do this.
Okay. It's fine, Captain. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
No. It's just that I had my medicine reduced. Well, I kind of reduced it myself. At that point, I started having withdrawal because I didn't ease back. I said, "Oh, okay, I'm on this 8 times a day. Let's go to 1." No.
I hear you.
You reduced a little too quickly there, Captain Trek.
Yeah, I did. And I paid for it. And my doctor was like, "What the hell are you doing?" So then we talked and figured out a strategy for reducing it. And then reduce change the medicine so it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now it's gotten to the point the pain level is increased a lot. So yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. But you are actually in line for surgery at some point.
Yes, I am.
So that's excellent. I mean, I'm really happy for you now. I wish that the community had been able to do more for you.
Trust me.
In the last, 6 months.
What has been done has helped tremendously.
Right on.
Because it's enabled me to be able to get the medications I needed to get in to see the doctors that I needed to see to prepare for surgery, so that it's a burden to other people. I mean, I it wasn't a burden to my parents to have to find a way to pay for bandages and medication, and it's just it's been a blessing to me to have the support I've had.
So the community has helped then. Okay.
Yes.
Good deal. Good deal. I'm really happy about that. Wish we could have done more, obviously, but I mean, all of us are basically in the same situation now.
Yeah.
Well, we're not all in the same situation.
Some are
Some of us
already-
actually can go back to work.
I can't.
I can't
Well,
either.
when you look at it, it is really, kind of hard for people who don't live in constant pain. They understand temporary pain like headaches, backaches, tennis elbow, those little things that, I'm sorry to say, but they're little things and they're easily curable. But when you have people like many of us who have chronic pain and we live with it day in, day out, and then every so often we get the levity of relief to where we don't feel that pain. And it's like, we have to deal with, well, what did we do to do that? Normally it's unfortunately some kind of medication which has a side effect, and generally we end up having to make a choice. Do I want the pain or do I want the side effects? Or will the side effects subside over time? We have to make those choices.
Yeah.
Whereas, and I'll give you a perfect example. My father and I were on the same blood pressure medication, and whereas one of the side effects was constant coughing, and I coughed for 2 months regularly. Finally, I acclimated. My father didn't, so he had to stop taking it.
Uh,
So that's where it comes down to
Yeah.
is the
I
cure
I've
worse than the disease?
I've never acclimated to atenolol, but I prefer coughing over shaking. So when
I've
my
actually-
trembling happens, I need to have my atenolol in order to deal with the shaking that comes along with that. Now, am I willing to cough myself to death every day? Yes, because I prefer not to tremble. So that's why I take the atenolol.
If I get a headache or something minor, I have to take like maybe 5 or 6 aspirins because my body has a high tolerance for that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
ACCDV. When you talk about the trembles, I actually have. I'm not hypoglycemic or diabetic, but I do have a low sugar level. And I have seen times where I've been in a certain place where my sugar level drops, and I'll show you here, give you an idea. My hand would just start doing this.
yeah,
And I'm like, I'm reaching for the biggest candy bar I can find to put sugar in my system. And I'm like, normally it happened when I was like in a grocery line and everybody thinks I'm a fucking drug addict.
Don't
And
yeah,
it's like,
you carry frosting?
somebody asked me what's wrong with, one time somebody goes, "What the fuck are you on?" I said, "I'm not on anything. I need sugar. I need sugar in my system."
yeah.
And
Being
then,
hypoglycemic is tough.
Yeah, my mother used to carry frosting in her purse. The little tubes of frosting.
I honestly, I wish that were the case with me. I wish I were hypoglycemic. I wish I were diabetic. I wish I were anything other than, uh, you know, multiple sclerosis. Unfortunately, so when I turn over in bed and I literally reach out for something and my entire arm is shaking and there's nothing I can do about it, it wakes me up in the middle of the night.
Been there, done that, both my calf.
And so I take the medications that I need to take. I just wish that there were Percocet in the mix. That's all I wish.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure you wish the side effects weren't a pain in the ass too.
actually, I didn't have any trouble with Percocet. Personally, I didn't.
Hmm.
I know a lot of people end up in a zombie state when they take Percocet. I didn't. I took it as prescribed.
That's where I'm saying your body chemistry when you talk about marijuana and you're talking about Percocet now means your body just handles things differently.
Yeah, my body deals with opioids better than it does with CBD
Yeah,
or THC.
everybody's body tolerance is different for any kind of drug. There's some people who can take one puff of a marijuana joint and they're still off their ass, and other people have to take 3 or 4 bong hits where they're slightly buzzed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I'm one of those guys that takes one hit off of a joint and is stoned.
Yeah,
Me
I
too.
take 2 Percocets and feel numb. I can take 4 and like, okay, when's it gonna kick in?
See,
and
my thing is that my
that's
thing
what
is this.
doctors need to understand. Each person's body chemistry is different.
I know.
So
Right.
for me, Percocet works. Marijuana doesn't.
Yeah.
Here's the thing for me, everybody. I'm actually I don't like taking pills. I especially don't like. Look, you guys know I drink beer, I smoke weed, but pill popping,
No,
no,
no.
no,
I was
no.
gonna put-
I'm dead set against it. I don't even like taking. That's why I don't even like taking my own medication. I take it because I have to, but I've taken drugs, pill related, and I don't care if it was Percocet, Narco, you name it. Uh, I did not like the experience and I didn't want to repeat it. And I would usually maybe give it one more time, assume my body, and then once I relived that experience, I said, I don't ever want to touch this shit again. I want nothing to do with these pills. I actually got one time where I was, and this was after my surgery, after the first time I tried Narco. And I was getting seen for something for I don't remember what, and they were like, "Okay, we're gonna prescribe you narco." I said, "The fuck you are." I said, "You better prescribe me something else, and I'm not taking it. I'm not going to get it." I actually am terrified of prescription drugs more than I am of illegal drugs.
Wow. Okay. The funny thing about that is, for me, Norco is candy. I could take 5, 6 Norco and just go, eh. So I get it. I do. I don't really understand it though, because my body does in fact react to opioids in a good way. So you're saying that alcohol and marijuana reacts with your body in a better way than prescription drugs?
I would say yeah. And but I like my beer and I've stuck with that and that's fine. I like my weed. But my weed and as I know from being a pothead long before I joined the military and had to give it up, I know you can only, the quality is only going to be as good as the source who gives it to you. And I've had some bad quality, but the quality I get is from someone I trust because it's my mother's best friend who also was what I call my den mother, who practically also helped raise me. So, if I can't trust those two, I'm really fucked.
And Carlo Albanese actually says, with medication, your body can become more tolerant of the medication, so you end up needing more. With taking more can change the side effects that you need to use other medications. You are absolutely correct on that one.
Yes.
Yeah, like I have to take multiple Tylenols or aspirin to actually feel something.
You see, that's always been the scariest thing is take a pill for this, there's a side effect, take a pill for this, there's a side effect, take a pill. I'm
Yeah.
like, are they trying to overdose us?
I don't think they're trying to overdose us. It just turns out that we need. Well, I am on multiple medications, but for multiple reasons. I've tried to work with diet and exercise to get down to a reasonable weight, get down to not taking the medications anymore. I mean, I'm not even taking high blood pressure medication anymore. So
You're joking about your weight. I've seen your face.
I know I'm not huge. I'm just overweight. I'm not even on the
By
border of.
what fucking standard are you overweight?
Dude,
You look
I'm,
like fucking Popeye, for God's sakes.
I'm
You can wait on
220
Mars, okay?
pounds. I'm 220 pounds and only
They're
5'9".
bullshit.
All right.
I'm 235 pounds. I am 235 pounds. I am 5'11". There is no fucking way you are that weight.
Well, I might be
I'm
closer to
175.
200 now than I was, but again, like I said, don't use the vomiting trick to lose weight. You don't want to do that.
Guys, there's no way. I've seen his face. There's no way he weighs near as much as me. Come on. Okay. Okay. Come on, CCDV. Look at me.
All right.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Show my face. Here's
Yeah.
my face. Oop. I dropped the stupid cameras. Stupid cameras. Stupid.
Is that a joint?
That's a cigarette.
Oh, is that a oh god, was that a Admiral Oliver Doom t-shirt there?
Yes. I'm
Yes,
still
it
wearing
is!
Road 129.
Woo, supporting.
Shirt, man.
That's what's up.
There.
You're still wearing it.
I'm
No,
still
all I
wearing
see
it.
is
Yes, I know. I should shower and shave.
no.
And
All I
shave.
see is the little red thing that says live with the little numbers. I don't see your face.
You don't see my
You know
face?
my great
No.
you know what, CCDV, your little horseshoe thing you did there? You know what that reminds me of? No,
Who's
this
say
is
that?
no. My great uncle. I had a great uncle on my father's side, who had one of those handlebar mustaches, and good guy. He was a great uncle of mine. Sweet guy, loved him. I went back home and I was checking graves at the local cemetery, and I was looking over family stuff. And my wife and all three of my kids were with me. Now, my oldest, who was 17 at the time, really kind of understood what I was doing. She wanted to go see her great grandma and grandpa's, my grandmother and grandfather's grave. And we did that. And I said, what do you think about going to maybe see some of the other graves of our family? And I was
Sorry, NB Geek. I have
Yeah,
to interrupt
sorry.
you here for a second. Thomas Fox, he says, I look like I'm supposed to be tying to a woman to a railroad track. I'm sorry about that, NB Geek. Go ahead and finish telling your story.
now you guys gotta remember, you gotta remind me where I left off.
You were going to look at other family members' graves.
Yeah, so we're at no, I remember. So we're at the family sites and we're looking over names of family members I knew, and I wanted to go honor the gravestones. So I went around and I came across one of my great aunts. And yes, I said aunts, not ants.
Yeah.
Because you see, yeah, aunts. I want to make sure it's clear. I was at my great aunt's gravesite. And there was my daughter and I were there together, and she was, I was explaining to her my memories of this person. And my wife was dealing with the other kids, and of course they are very much younger, so they don't grasp what's going on. But this car pulls up, and this person comes out, and he's a very, very older man. And he starts walking forward. And my daughter looks at me and she goes, "Dad, do you know who that is?" And I said, "I think that is my great uncle." And he came up to me and he said, "I'm not sure I know who you are." And I said, "Sir, I am." And I mean, I started the whole conversation with sir. I was like,
Yeah,
"Sir, I
naturally.
said, "Sir, I am I said I am Jess Reed. I am I think I'm your great nephew." And he goes, "Virginia's child." And what he meant by that was Virginia, because Virginia was my grandmother and I'm named after my father. So when he said that, I said, "No, sir, I am his son." And then, he kind of knew who I was, and got an understanding. I mean, we hadn't seen
Right.
each other, so I don't.
Yeah.
But I mean, I got to get pictures with him. I got to get pictures with him and my daughter at his wife's gravestone, and probably the last time I'll ever see him. And if that doesn't give me a confirmation that God exists, I don't know what does.
Well,
Oh crap! I just messed up.
that's a good reason. I have a similar story, but I will tell it on when I do my memoirs of a Pogue. So
Cool.
I will not tell the story now, but I will tell the story on memoirs of a Pogue when I start recording my videos again. But yeah, that to me that is confirmation of God, but to a lot of people it's not. So Elihu, you are a complete atheist, correct?
Yes,
And so you don't believe in a God at all.
correct.
Okay. So how do you deal with your life in the way it is now? Because I know you're in chronic pain like the rest of us, but you don't have a faith to fall back on. How does that work? And welcome, LDG Pixels. Hello, sir.
Oh crap! Pickles is in the house.
Greetings, fellow
Hey,
people.
excuse me, y'all. I gotta run.
All right,
All
Doc
right.
Mama.
Doc
Later,
Mama, we will see you all later
Thanks.
on.
Thanks for having me on, y'all. Love and hugs. I'll talk to y'all later.
Thank you
Later,
for being
Pete.
here. Thank you for
Very
sharing your
nice,
story.
very nice lady.
Oh,
Which is-
absolutely. Wonderful woman.
Oh, I'm just saying, it was my first time meeting her, so
At
very
least you
nice
look.
lady.
At least you look civilized now.
Yeah.
Damn it,
with
Captain!
your
I
hair
was
pulled
just
back.
gonna let that go.
I didn't say anything. It wasn't me.
I swear to
Aye.
God, I'm block. I swear to God,
Sorry,
Captain Trek, I'm blocking
everybody,
you from
hold on
TM
just
now.
1 second. I did ask Elihu a question,
Yes.
and I would actually like an answer. How do you deal with the chronic pain without having a faith to fall back on?
Normal management. I don't need faith. Doesn't heal pain.
No, faith doesn't heal pain, but I feel better knowing I'm going to a better place after my pain is gone.
Yeah, I believe it's psychological and emotional responses because when people, okay, let me take cuss word for instance. Yeah, research has shown that pain tolerance is minimized when people are cussing and swearing when they're experiencing pain. But if those words that people, it's not the words, it's the actual action of it. Your swear words could be fuck, shit, damn, or your swear words could be bunny, tree, hamburger. It's the action of it. It's not actual words. It's actually your psychological, emotional response to it.
I usually say mother, father, sunny beach, ice hole. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
That works.
That doesn't get me taken down from YouTube either.
Of course, the best curse word I've ever heard on a golf course was actually uttered from a priest. I don't want to get you banned or anything. I'm gonna put it in the private chat. What he yells when he's swamp.
Wow.
Best word I've ever heard from a priest. Okay.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
I was on a golf course.
That's messed up.
Okay.
You got that from a priest.
Yes.
Wow. That shocked me.
I am not going to say it on this live stream.
That's why I put it in private chat.
It is not something that we want to talk about.
No, that's why I put it in private chat.
Why do you all place so much value on somebody's title? Doesn't mean they're not going to be human and say something stupid. I think you're all placing way too much on that. It's like, I didn't expect this person.
This is when I was a kid, okay? I was a kid. This is when I was
Okay. Sorry. Context hey everybody. Context matters 100%. So
I know what
now
angle,
it makes total sense.
Yeah. I know what angle you're coming at, NB Geek. So I do know what angle you're coming at from. So yes, that makes sense. You cannot hold priests and preachers accountable for individual mistakes, but when you're a child and you're looking up to this man, so yeah, Elihu, I get it. I really do. But
I get it too.
That really was.
I get it too, Elihu, and thank you. I absolutely thank you for the context there. That made all the difference.
That was one of the worst things I've ever read that ever came from a preacher. So that was actually really bad.
And if I may too, you don't necessarily have to have a religion to know you're going to a better place.
Well, that's fair enough. And like I said, I do the spiritual streams on Wednesdays that we can talk about all of this stuff. I may not even have a subject in a few weeks, but I've got several more subjects to get through. Paganism being next week. I need to do
vegetable lasagna.
Hinduism the following week, and then
a lot of the secret society and cults relied on the paganism beliefs within their societies.
Now, okay, let's stop it because this is supposed to be Pain.
Yeah, I didn't about that for next week. Sorry.
So we will get back on track with Pain.
Oh damn it! I had something so good.
That's next week. You mentioned paganism. I'm like, I just want to remind you about that. So,
hey, just
remember. We lost Captain Track. I'm sorry, Captain Track.
Cap, come back, buddy. Hey, just remember what
I can get my voice.
We'll see him later.
Yeah, you'll see him later.
Just remember what I said. If there is a being of omnipotent power that can make all this stuff, why is it so hard to believe that just maybe he sprinkled different religions and wanted to see how they worked out? And this is coming from a Bible-thumping, Jesus-believing Christian.
I'd believe that if there were glowing books around the world.
If there really is God, why does it have pain? Why do you suffer from pain?
Fortunately, Religion
It's
comes from
fine.
people.
It's fine. We've got an atheist and an agnostic on the panel, so it's fine. But we really need to get back to the pain issue. LDG, tell me your story.
Not the falling out of the chair story.
Well, pick your choice: falling out of the chair, falling
Not
out of
that
the
one.
20-foot slide, landing on my head, having a heart attack when I was born. There's so many stories to tell.
Landing on your head.
No, today my today's been my shoulder and my chest. It's been really pounding the hell out of me today. So
Oh, you
can't
checked
take
Left or
anything
right?
for it.
Left or right shoulder?
Left.
Are you right-handed?
Left-handed.
Oh, LDG.
No. Wait. So you
Your
said you have a
chest is
pounding in your
pounding
left
and your
side,
left shoulder hurts.
and your
My
left-handed.
chest isn't pounding; it's sore, like as if it's like I have a bruise or I stretched it,
Like you fell on it or something like that. Okay.
something like that. But it's like constant, like it hasn't gone away for 2 years now, and it comes and
Father,
it comes and
you are
comes and
aware
goes.
that you need to go to the emergency room, right?
No, I've been to the doctors.
So your heart is in good condition.
No one said it was otherwise.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you to go to the doctor, but because
I go to the doctor every
literally
3 months.
after I end this stream, I want you to do the lower decks review. So
No,
as soon as
I'm ready for
I'm
that.
here, I want you to actually go online and do the lower decks review. But if you are seriously having pain in your chest and your left arm, you literally need to go to the doctor.
All right, it's I need to isolate it. It's not my left arm. It's my chest muscle that connects my pec. It's like my upper left pec.
Oh, okay.
The actual
okay.
muscle.
Okay. You're fine then.
And then I feel like I have in my shoulder, it feels like I have a pain of a baseball pain in my left shoulder blade.
Okay.
It's two different
Did you
pains.
do
Kind of
anything? Did you
Good.
do anything to
freaking me out. I think I'm having a heart attack here.
No,
Sorry, go ahead, extend.
No, LDG. I'm just honestly asking, did you do anything to maybe where you might have overextended your muscle, maybe not even intentionally?
No, like I said, I fell off like a 15-foot slide and landed on my head, so that might have done something.
Why were you on a slide and fell off the slide? Why?
It was second grade, and up north.
Oh,
they have,
that was
up north.
long
They
time ago. Long time
yeah, I was
ago.
in second grade, long time ago, and
Okay.
that's what messed up my back. But I don't know if it did anything to my shoulders. Anything recently? No, but this is.
You are having nerve pain right now. Then.
No, my back's okay right now. My lowest disc is okay right now. I don't feel any pain right now. I've been laying down. I've been okay with my lower back. Though that might change later this afternoon. Today has been my shoulder.
Do you feel any pressure points?
Like I said, it just feels like I have a baseball of heated pain in my left shoulder blade, and my pectoral muscle is bothering the living hell out of me.
But you don't feel any like pressure, like for example, something trying to push on a muscle in your system.
Not necessarily.
Well,
the reason why I called.
That's
well,
why
no, I'm asking.
You said your heart was, your chest was thumping.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
No offense, but I spent damn near a decade doing self-aid buddy care and first aid and CPR. So let me just ask a few fucking questions to make sure he's okay.
I'm not trying to offend you or anything. I was a combat lifesaver, that's first responder. So I do have some experience in that area. But go ahead, NB Geek.
Well, then, if you have that much, you should know. Never mind. Freaking.
Well, that's why I was
I was
asking
just
the
trying
questions
to.
I
I
was
was
asking.
concerned about. I was concerned about the nerve pinch. I was concerned about a few questions.
Yeah, go ahead, MB Geek.
I
We're
was
talking-
just
you're-
concerned.
Mhm.
I was asking questions, trying to legit. I just wanted to try and help if I could possibly do that, because that's all I'm good at is helping people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm doing what I can. And like I said, I've gone to
Well,
the doctors. As far as my
yeah,
back is concerned,
if you're not
It
going
only
to
f-
go to the doctor, LDG, I would recommend taking a couple of aspirin right now. But that's the only recommendation I can make, unless you actually go and get EKG.
Yeah.
And if you're not willing to go get the EKG, take a couple of aspirin.
Yeah.
It will not only help with the pain, but it will actually thin your blood. So if you do,
No,
if
go.
you are
No, I
actually,
disagree. I disagree. Go get the EKG. There's nothing wrong with getting EKG. I've had it.
yeah, I've had a couple. Like I said, I go to the doctors every 3 months, like clockwork.
okay. So
I've had
Okay,
EKGs.
so,
I've
I
been told my heart.
What you're
I mean,
experiencing
how's your
now is muscle pain.
Yeah, I think it's just muscle pain. Okay, when I said thumping, I thought maybe I led you down the wrong path.
I think you did.
It's not like my heart is like.
Whoa, hey, guys. Don't get
Whoop.
pissy with him about saying he jumped the gun here. I'm the one who jumped the gun and went all batshit crazy. Don't get on him. That's my fault. Hey, come on. I own up to my own shit, at least.
That's what I love about you guys. You guys.
Yeah, I
are
wish
so
more people did that. I wish more people did that. But yeah, no. So when I said thumping, that was more of a, because you know when your muscle hurts, you can kind of feel your heart. You can not your heartbeat, but you can feel your pulse.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of getting at. Like that's all I'm trying to say. It's painful.
yeah.
I can feel my pulse because it's so sensitive. I can feel my pulse, and that's what I kind of meant. My heart's fine. My blood pressure's fine. I check my blood pressure. I think we're good on that bit. It's just like I said. It's like my. You ever had to massage a muscle because it's just it's in pain?
Yes.
Yes,
my wife and I do that. Yeah.
Have you ever had to hold the phone to your ear while your muscle is literally cramping?
Hey, LDG. Okay.
Right? It's been a long time though. Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
going to ask a personal question, and you cannot answer it, and I will respect it. What was your last BP reading?
My blood pressure is usually one. Give me a second. It's like 120/80, like give or take a point or two every now and then.
Whoa!
It's normal.
Oh my god!
That's better than mine.
Oh my god! I wish
bastard.
mine was that good.
Like it fluctuates. So sometimes it's like 125/78. Usually fluctuates. But yeah, it's
I'm
within
usually 140 over 90. So you're an asshole for being better health than I am.
Well, guys, you gotta understand. I did. It was worse. My heart rate used to be 120.
No.
Oh, that's
we're not.
bad.
No,
Okay.
we're not making fun of you.
No, I know you're not making fun of me. I'm just saying I'm not perfect.
No, trust me. We're all very happy for you. We would love to be in the same position you are. And that's awesome. So don't take anything away from it. We're not, we were just laughing to levitate the mood on our thing. Never take that personally. Because
your blood pressure is critical,
we,
though.
We are absolutely happy for you.
Yeah, I mean, I
Now, if
woke up
I'm
one
wrong,
night.
guys, you better get your asses out of here.
Hey, LDG, when
The
are
last,
you
the last thing I heard was,
doing
you better get your ass out of here. What did I just miss? It went quiet for about a minute on my end.
oh, we were talking about blood pressure and things like that. LDG is healthier than the other two of us on the panel.
Ah,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I might have had. Okay, I've been to the hospital when my blood pressure was, trust me, like red line. Okay, so I know what it feels like when your blood pressure. I had shortness of breath. I was sweating profusely. My blood pressure was through the effing roof, and I went to the
So
hospital
you were
twice.
like
So I've
180 or
been there.
120 or something like that.
No, I was higher. I was like two something.
Oh wow, yeah, that
Oh,
is
wow.
wonderful.
Bad. Okay,
But-
I put my heart rate on my monitor, and you have the green, yellow, red, and get your ass to the fucking hospital light.
Yeah, and you're on the medications now that keep your blood
And
pressure.
I had the get your ass to the medic. I had the get your ass to the hospital light flashing.
get your ass to the hospital. Get your ass to the
Yeah,
hospital.
I mean, I couldn't. My heart was racing so hard I couldn't breathe. Like it was.
You know, I know what that's like. Here's a strange thing.
So I've been there.
Yeah, no, and I'm not doubting you have it, and it sucks shit.
It's scary as
But
shit.
you know, no, not but of. Sorry, that was a poor transition on my sentence.
It's fine, NB. Go ahead.
Okay.
Finish what
When you know, geez, what the fuck were we talking about?
Heart rate and I mean blood pressure.
blood pressure, heart attacks, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you know, oh, sorry. Yeah, early on, even when I was at my healthiest, which was in my mid-20s in the Air Force, and I was at, I'm not gonna say the peak of physical condition, but I'm gonna say I hit my peak for physical conditioning, and I was very proud of it. And even still, at that point, when I was 5'11 and 175 pounds and could pass an Air Force PT test with flying colors, they kept talking to me about your blood pressure's borderline. And I was like, well, what does that mean? And after about 4 or 5 times of asking, well, what does that mean? I was like, well, okay, nobody's giving me an answer. Fuck it. I stopped asking.
Yeah.
And so I had borderline high blood pressure for 10 years, and nobody would explain to me what the fuck was going on. And now I'm on 2 types of blood pressure medications, beta blockers, all because dumbasses wouldn't just be straight with me.
I don't really know where to go with that because I don't know what combination of medications will get me back to a normal state of being. I did stop taking my blood pressure medication. I did stop taking my cholesterol medication. What I'm taking now is metformin in order to avoid becoming a type 2 diabetes case. But other than that, I'm taking omeprazole to keep the acid down in my stomach. I am taking atenolol to stop the trembling in my muscles. Other than that, it's just vitamins that I take now because I since I'm not able to eat solid foods for weeks at a time, I do need to have those vitamins. So I don't really understand. I've had high blood pressure for a long time, just like you, NB Geek. I've had to go in for a 5-day blood pressure check where I was managing to keep my blood pressure under 130 over 85, right? But at the same time, I'm not that high of a blood pressure case.
I don't know.
Does that make sense?
I don't even know what my blood pressure is.
You should check it once in a while.
I gotta get up, go to the house, go to my doctor. Jeez.
But yeah, they worry if you're over 130, and I was at 145 over 90
Wow.
for a while, and so they worry about me and my blood pressure. But I love my doctors, even though I'm angry at them for not giving me the narcotics that I think I need. I appreciate that they need to monitor 80 patients a day. And that's in my little area of northern Arizona. So
That's not right. No person should be subject to that for a day. That's unreasonable.
again, and we're talking about chronic pain, so this is an appropriate subject for us. The fact that I drink a box of wine in 3 days, a bottle of whiskey in 2 days, idealizes the fact that I cannot stand the pain I'm in every day, all day, constantly, right? So I don't like drinking that much. I would prefer to just be able to go to a steakhouse and have a couple of beers. That would be my preference. But since the VA does not give me the medications that I think I need, I do what I need to do in order to be numbed enough to walk. And eventually I will be in a wheelchair. My large fiber nerves are actually dying. And so I will eventually be in a wheelchair. I will eventually be in a nursing home. I don't want that to be the case, but it will be. And I know from personal experience, having watched what happened to my dad, and I am near the same age that he was when he died. At this point, I'm near the same age that he died. So I am willing to accept the consequences of my disease. Now, do I deserve that? I don't think I do, but at the same time, I'm accepting it. I am accepting what is happening to me, and that is I can't explain that to other people.
I've accepted what happened to me a long time ago. Like, okay, I'm going to get worse and worse. Okay, I understand that. We get more and more pain. I understand that. I've accepted that. And I'm trying to live through that. Yeah, I know I'm not going to have any period of no pain unless I'm like dead.
Yeah. Even with the amount of alcohol that I drink, it does not dull all of the pain.
It numbs.
And so, yes, I do get that. I'm sorry, Elihu. You're gonna have to live through more excruciating pain than I think I will have to, because once my large fiber nerves die, and once the lesions start destroying my brain, I will be incoherent for the most part. But you are going to have to suffer through the actual pain that is coming to you, and I'm sorry for that, but I understand. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does. That's why I try not to be overweight or watch my weight, because I don't want to have all that pressure on my ankles and my knees.
Right. And you were born with club feet?
Yes, 24 hours after birth, I was popped and cast.
Yeah. And that's the same way my dad was. He had a clubbed foot. So yes, I get it. I really do.
Actually, there's kind of difference that club foot, it was a 45-degree inwards or was it 90-degree inwards? Because both of my feet were 90-degree inwards. My feet were turned in.
My dad's
Oh, boy.
right leg was 90 degrees inward.
Okay.
So yeah, he lived through it. I mean, until of course multiple sclerosis took over, and he eventually died of pneumonia. One of my neurologists told me, "You don't die of multiple sclerosis," and I go, "Okay, fuck you." Yes, he died of pneumonia. I get it. Seriously, would he
Love
have
it.
died of pneumonia if he didn't have multiple sclerosis at the time? Really? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, because his immunity would not have been compromised.
You should have heard it. It was like the guy trying to sell me health insurance and then arguing with me. And he was like, well, do you have a medical condition? I'm like, of course I do. Everybody does. He goes, no, he doesn't. No, they don't. I'm like, really? You know a human being that lives forever? Seriously? You're going to argue with me. You're trying to sell me health insurance, and you're telling me no, not everybody. Everybody has a medical condition. Everybody. It's not one person who doesn't.
I don't actually know anyone who does not have a medical condition, and I'm talking about my children as well. My son is 16. My daughter is 10. They both have medical conditions. So yes, I believe that everyone has medical conditions, and so you're arguing with an insurance agent, right? That is
and he wants to sell me insurance, and I'm like, dude. I was like, hey, do you have a medical issue? I'm like, yeah, everybody does. No, they don't. I'm like, and I was like, serious. I was like, what? You know, the human that lives forever? Because I mean, you know, that's the only human that doesn't have a medical condition if he lives forever. Okay, show me an immortal human being, and I will agree with you. But anyway, I didn't even get that far. I just got so pissed off. I'm like, you know, you really suck as a salesman, and hung up.
And Carlo,
that's why I laughed.
Carlo Albanese says, individual person, we're making great strides in detecting serotonin problems. However, I apparently he's talking to me, I think. I need to have a doctor that can send me for the right testing. I've had the MRIs, I've had the blood tests, I've had the CT scans. I know exactly what is wrong with me. The 3 black spots on my lower spine are what is causing my issue with being able to walk. Now, let me try to explain the difference between plain old multiple sclerosis, where you have a relapse and then you go into remission, you recover a little bit, and then you can live into your 70s and 80s with regular multiple sclerosis. With primary progressive, which is what I have, primary progressive, the spots that show up on the MRI do not flare. If you understand what that word means, it shows up very, very brightly. So the spots show up very, very brightly. They flare on the MRI when you have regressive remissive MS. When you have a primary progressive, they just show up as black spots. And so I've got 3 in my brain and 3 in my spine. And I know that it is going to get worse in the next few years.
Carlos said there's 2 more before that.
There is, but I only deal with the regressive remissive and primary progressive because I know that I have primary progressive. So I don't talk about any other version. There are versions of MS that become progressive later on, and that's what Carlo is talking about, is the 2 versions that become progressive versus the regressive remissive that you can live into your 70s and 80s with. But that doesn't affect me because I have primary progressive, and so that's what I talk about most.
Well, CCDV.
That brought it down real quick, didn't it? I didn't mean to bring everybody's mood down. I didn't.
No, it's not that. No, you didn't. But I do need to get ready for the show.
Yes. Are you doing that right now, or are you doing that in?
I just set the reminder. I just set the notification. I just need to take care of a couple things, so it should be starting at 4:30. I have it scheduled for 4:30 on the button.
Okay, so we've got a half an hour, and we're all going to run on over to LDG's panel.
I don't see a notification yet. Oh, there it is. Just popped up.
I don't see it. Oh, there it is. My bad. But yeah, thanks for having me. And yeah, I do appreciate the pain streams and having people talk about pains, because a lot of people don't even, whether it's entertaining or not, it's besides the point. It's good to be able to talk about it. And
I've got a migraine. You don't have a migraine. You have a headache, you dumbass.
Okay, Pickles, I just gave you your first thumbs down.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, don't worry. My favorite fan will give me the second one, I'm sure.
The first one's mine, so.
All right, appreciate it. CCDV, I do got to run, and I'm sure I'll see you on the panel if you guys want to check out the Lower Decks, the latest episode. I have kind of mixed emotions about it, so I do want to watch it again when being not 3 a.m. So I do want to give it one more shot, and we'll have an open panel of whoever wants to come on and discuss while we watch. All right, thank you so much, Elihu, CCDV. Everyone in the chat, and by the way, your cooking show, it is what broke 50, man. You are thriving with the cooking stuff, I'm telling you.
Well, I didn't intend to be a online chef, but whatever, it works out. So
I lost a subscriber.
Oh, you
most
lost
likely YouTube. It's most likely YouTube.
I'm down to 57.
You only lose one. Yeah, if you only lose one, it's usually because YouTube just randomly picks somebody for the chopping block.
I have lost subscribers, not knowing why, of course, but I go back in, and the nice thing about my programming, for some reason, people like it. So maybe I'm a likable person, but whatever the case may be, my subscribers have grown exponentially since February, and so I'm really happy that I'm near 200. When I get to 200 subscribers, I will do a celebration party, of course. But
my video Jupiter got 39 views.
Yes, I know. Your solar system videos are awesome. I love them.
Thank you. Next week is Saturn.
I can't wait. You're going to talk about the ice rings, right?
Ice rings? You mean the hexagon? With the
Well,
pole?
I thought they were just rings of Saturn, and they
Oh,
were
the rings
made of.
itself. Yes, the rings itself. Yes. I'm sorry. It's an ice ring, huh? Oh, duh. Yeah, and how Enceladus is forming the E ring. Yeah, I'll be talking all about that.
All right. I am going to go ahead and end this stream so I can take care of business and get the dogs out and back in. And then we will go over to LDG to watch
Lower Decks.
Lower Decks, which I need to watch again myself, but I laughed my ass off.
I watched it this morning. Yeah.
I really enjoy Lower Decks. I know a lot of people are angry about the fact that it's not Star Trek, but I feel that it is.
The theme song is a basically sample of the TNG. The credit title, the title sequence, the letter characters is TNG. John D. was in the last episode.
I've been watching Star Trek since I was born, man. Tell me that I don't know what Star Trek is, please, so I can punch you in the face. But I love Star Trek, and so Discovery and Picard made me angry. Lower Decks makes me happy. So I enjoy watching Lower Decks. Not all of new Star Trek, mind you, but Lower Decks specifically makes me happy. So I will continue watching it, and I will continue praising it, because this last episode was actually really funny. I mean, I didn't stop laughing the entire time.
I got 6 minutes until episode 6 of The Boys is finished downloading. Ooh, almost done. Nice.
All right. Elihu, thank you for being here. Carlo Albanese, thank you for being here. Thomas Potts, Nancy Reed, NB Geeks, Mr. Hyde, Joseph Petrick, Jeff Franklin,
Mountains of Elysium.
Holy crap, we had a lot of people in here today. I guess I'm doing a pain stream every week as long as people want to talk about it.
As long as people are in pain, you can do a stream. Well, you can do a stream then.
Yeah, one of these days, all of us will be out of pain.
Kapla,
when we're dead.
Kapla, bird of prey.
Oh, Bird of Prey. Seriously, Bird of Prey just showed up?
He's been listening.
Well, thank you, Bird of Prey, for being here. I'm going to end this stream. It's been 2 hours. Holy crap. I cannot believe we've been talking about chronic pain for 2 hours. I'm so glad that you guys showed up. I really am. Sci-Fi Guy, thank you for being here. Bird of Prey, thank you for being here. Thomas Potts, we will see you all later. Carlo Albanese, again, thank you for the comments and suggestions. I appreciate it. Again, in about 20 minutes, we are going to run on over to LDG and watch Lower Decks. So have a great day, everybody, and I will see you later.
Later, peoples.